QBs, starting QBs as of right now, I will say there is, 4 teams that are not present, because it's just truly like who is their guys for real. So we left out Las Vegas, we left out New York, we left out Cleveland, we left out Tennessee because I think they're moving on from Will Levis after this year. But we're gonna start from the bottom to the top. Can we just be frank? This one deserves. He's tier 1 by himself until someone proves otherwise. Realistically, like, can we just all agree to that?
You can put.
I think if Lamar, Josh Allen do something this year, they deserve it. They get to be on that tier with them. But until then, like, the only one who truly has an argument right now is Lamar, given his accolades.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could put Lamar there at least.
He got to beat him though. Lamar. If Lamar, I'll say this: if Lamar wins this game versus Buffalo, he can beat tier 1 with Patrick. Because there's no shame if they lose to the Chiefs after that, if that's the matchup.
But I mean, like, realistically, Lamar, Josh, and Burrow, they all of them are like tier 1 quarterbacks.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So what goes into this for you? Because for me, it's one, your accolades, not just like, obviously I know Super Bowls are a team stat, but we can't sit up here and act like NFL history isn't shaped by Super Bowls, because that's why
I don't know about that. I don't know about that Burrow one.
But accolades, the eye test, how you perform in the playoffs, because one of the reasons I believe that, yes, Burrow, Allen, Lamar, like they had great regular seasons this year, and they, Allen's had multiple great regular seasons. Lamar, multiple great regular seasons, obviously by, the MVPs. Burrow, this was really his first elite regular season.
Yeah, that's something. So yeah, and then on top of that, if you're going off accolades, he had the same amount of accolades as Jalen Hurts. Both went to Super Bowl. Both made All-Pro finally. Both made Pro Bowl finally.
And he's throwing to Jamar Chase, who's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer one day.
Yeah, and
I'm looking at strictly just eye test, bro. I'm not like.
I'm just saying, Hurts got more accolades than Burrow.
This is why I think Patrick Mahomes still deserves his own tier until proven otherwise. He is literally the best playoff quarterback we've ever seen. Like, you can say whatever you want about his regular seasons year in, year out. He's got 2 MVPs and 2 of the greatest quarterback seasons under his belt. Obviously, the last 2 regular seasons haven't been up to his standards. But when it comes to the playoffs, he's literally first in every metric.
Yeah, bro. I'm not even saying they're like it's close. I'm just saying, like, you could put like Mahomes 1 and then like 2, 3, 4 following, like, but though, like, those guys are still like tier 1 guys. Like, we're not about to sit here and say Lamar Jackson's a tier 2 quarterback. We're not about to sit here and say Josh Allen's a tier 2 or Joe Burrow.
Okay, so if Mahomes goes on a magical run, 3-peats, does he get his own tier?
No, he's tier 1. He's the best quarterback in the league. He don't gotta have his own tier. That's like,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Don't think of tier 2 as a slight. It's just like Mahomes has separated himself, and Allen, Lamar, and Burrow are still all in the pack, and they're kind of still deciding who can claim the throne for number 2. As of right now, I would say Lamar. True. Josh Allen is right there, but he don't have the accolades.
How I look at it, they're all of them are tier 1 quarterbacks. Like,
I'm saying, like,
all of them are tier 1 quarterbacks.
I agree with you. Like, yes, they're tier 1. Like, any franchise that gets them, automatically the franchise is turned around. I'm just saying in terms of,
that's what a tier 1 quarterback should be like.
Yeah, I'm just saying, as of right now, given their careers and how they played out, they don't deserve to be on Mahomes' tier yet, because none of them have proven it just yet. Burrow has I guess, maybe the best argument because he beat Mahomes, made a Super Bowl, but then obviously he hasn't made the playoffs multiple times. Whereas that's not the same for any of the other 3 quarterbacks when they're healthy. So that's all I'm saying. Like, that's where I'm saying it's literally been a battle for. That's why so much of this talk be annoying, because they literally just be battling for number 2. So, because like Lamar and Josh Allen about to duke it out. Say they both play lights out. Whoever wins, say Kansas City wins this weekend versus Houston, and then whoever wins out of Lamar and Josh, they go to Arrowhead and they get beat, and Mahomes is just like, it's very apparent again, like, and Mahomes is just truly different. How can we put them in the tier with them? I'm just saying, that's what we've been saying, Austin. They got
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, you could just put Mahomes one, and you
We
can
gonna
put
put
like the
Mahomes
other
off
guy.
the graphic. We gonna put.
Like they're all, bro. All of them are tier 1 quarterbacks in their own like
Oh yeah, I agree.
right. So it's like, you know,
Oh no, man, I'm tripping. I know she. My girl texted me talking about I'm tripping on the tier. I know she not about to make an argument for Jared Goff. I know she's not about to make an argument for Jared Goff.
No. We got to end that.
Okay. So top 4 clearly undisputed. We know that.
yeah.
So who's in tier 2 as of right now?
Tier 2 gotta be Jared Goff.
You think so?
Yeah. Who else would you
Like
say?
I get Jared Goff is a good quarterback, but you think like talent wise, you think Jared Goff better than CJ?
I think eye test wise, no, he's not. But
I think my argument with Jared Goff, the reason why you put him in tier 2 is, of course, everybody gonna say the whole game manager system QB stuff, but people forgot that he took the Rams to Super Bowl as well.
he's really good at what he.
That's McVay, and then Stafford came in and won them a Super Bowl. That's
true too.
Yeah. He's really good at what he does. I feel like
he's good at what he does. I'm just saying, like
he's
think
elite
of it this way: if you take Jared Goff and swap him with CJ Stroud on the Texans this year, do y'all even win 6 games with that O line and the receivers going down?
That's fair.
I think
it'd be very tough.
I think the defense when there's like at least 9. 8.
But yeah, but I'm talking about just offense though. Generally,
that's offense wise.
Offense, like
I
get it.
Yeah,
CJ got a little slump,
but that's a good argument because before CJ came, Nico wasn't doing anything until CJ came. So that's a good point.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
not necessarily mad at putting Goff on tier 2. I'm just saying I think he's good at what he does, yes, but there's quarterbacks with like some intangibles. I just take them over.
I'll put CJ there.
I think JD got to go there.
Yeah, Jayden got to go there.
He gets that, so he gets that already.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think if we're going off this year, yeah, he does.
I dig it. He's a rookie. That's all. Like I think he's a tier 2. I agree with you. I just don't think we can put him there yet. I think he get tier 3 though for right now for having an amazing rookie year, turn around Washington franchise. But you got to give him time to see how he bounce back next year. Like we see Jay get knocked down this year, he got back up, got y'all a playoff dub in the divisional for the 2nd year in a row. Like we seen him respond to when the NFL responds to his talent. We haven't seen that with Jayden yet. That's just a time thing. I'm not saying he not tier 2 like straight up, but I just think given he's a rookie, we can't put him there yet. Because then it's like we already filling up the top of the tiers and.
Who else we got put in tier 2 then? CJ and who else?
Probably Staff.
I think tier 2 is fine as it is right now. I wouldn't put Staff up here. I think Staff is still very good, obviously, but I think given his age and the season he's had, obviously they're hot right now. But like we said, that's been a lot of the defense. The defense have been balling the last month or so. Stafford and company have not been playing that well on offense. I don't know what's going on with him and Cooper Kupp, but Cooper Kupp gets no targets no more.
Yeah.
Luka didn't necessarily do anything, yesterday either.
Well, most of them, they was out also half the season, so they don't have that chemistry right now. They were out half the season.
That's true too, but I'll go Stafford and Daniels in tier 3.
That's fair.
Y'all think there's another tier 3 quarterback in here that I'm missing? Would you put Jayden in here still?
Yeah.
Tier 3,
yeah. Tier 3 is fair.
At the end of the day, he wins and he does produce, not always, but he produces enough.
And then he also wins what matters the most, regardless of stats.
Yeah.
So I'll put that in tier 3 as well. Tier 4.
I'm probably going like Love, Herbert, and Dak here, honestly. Tier 4. I think they fit like they fit. Because like if you think of anybody else, like who else you gonna put there?
I'm not
maybe Purdy. Maybe Purdy. I don't know.
I'll say I'll probably put Purdy and I'll probably swap out. If we're going off this year, I'm
No,
probably not put.
just quarterback, not just solely this year. Just quarterbacks like eye test,
Um,
their accolades, their talent, everything. Like these, like if you got to start a franchise, these are the top QBs.
if y'all gonna have accolades, then I mean, I know it's funny, but I said Burrow and Hurst got the same amount of accolades, bro.
They do. It's just I definitely understand. We just haven't seen Hurts have the season Burrow just had.
That's true
Grant,
too. I mean,
I know what
they
you're
different style.
saying,
They
though.
different style of
They've got the
QBs.
same accolades.
Yeah.
That's where the eye test for Burrow gives him the edge over Hurts for me, because it's just
I
like
say,
you can see him, willing and dealing in these games. Whereas Hurts not the same necessarily.
I think tier 4. You can put Dak right there. But then again, if you're gonna have accolades and everything, then where you gonna place A-Rod at? Regardless of the season he had.
I'm not putting A-Rod there because I think he's just older. Like people like this, where it's like the counting stats, like this, where you have to watch games. The eye test really matters with Aaron Rodgers, because I saw someone try to make the comparison because him and Patrick had some similar stats this year. But Aaron Rodgers had the ball 5 times this year to go win the game, and he lost the game all 5 times. And then he went to the podium and blamed everybody but himself. He's not a leader. He's old.
He blamed Mike Williams.
He damn near about to push Garrett Wilson out of New York. He brought over his buddy Devontae Adams to only end up winning 1 or 2 games after that trade. Yeah, I just can't put him there. I honestly, this is where I say I think this is where someone like Justin Herbert and I'd say Baker Mayfield belong. I think, because Justin Herbert, he's got the talent, he's got the he's got the physical tools. It just hasn't shown up. But he's made the playoffs twice now. We know the Chargers franchise has kind of been a dumpster fire. Baker Mayfield had another, this is his best career year, even though it just ended this weekend. But he threw for 40-plus touchdowns. He's obviously carried Tampa Bay to the playoffs last year, got them a win, almost beat Detroit. I think they deserve the nod for tier 4 as of right now.
Baker had a great year.
Yeah, great year.
I'm putting just off this 1 year back. I don't know if I put him over like Dak, bro. I feel like they're the same, if anything.
It's just Dak. This is my knock on Dak and why I don't want to put him up there with him. Dak became the highest paid player in NFL history this year, and he was ass. And every year, 12-5, 12-5, 12-5, get to the playoffs, ass. He has the opportunity to move up, and I know he's not a bad quarterback. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is where the NFL truly becomes fun for me, because it's such a cutthroat league. Like, yeah, these guys are all good, but you got to get separated. This is where Tom and Peyton separated themselves. Drew Brees separated himself. Ben Roethlisberger. There was a lot of good QBs, but they're not Hall of Fame QBs. They're not great QBs. They was just good. They just so happened to have a lot of guys in their era that were great. Dak is a good QB. He's not great. Never has been. Like, he's put up some nice statistical seasons, but he's never been great, especially when you got to have it in the playoffs and just playing winning teams in general. That's been one of the knocks. He's like a more elevated Tua in my eyes. Like, Tua got the same problems. It's just even worse for Tua, and he got his health problems. Dak, Cowboys been loaded with talent for years, and he hasn't produced at all.
Well, that means he hasn't produced in the playoffs. He's been a really great regular season quarterback, and I feel like that's how
he did have the great regular season. That's Baker would be there equal there.
He's been consistent like throughout his whole. I mean, he had I think he had 1 bad year, maybe 2 bad years, you can say.
Oh,
but I feel like he got paid because he's been consistently good. Then he had that great year or whatever. But I feel like the same thing with Tua too. Like, the reason why he got paid also was because leading up, he was, he had consecutive really good years, whatever, and that's why he got paid. But yeah, with Dak, it's the playoffs for sure. But I mean, if you go on 12-5, a lot of quarterbacks will love that though.
I didn't mean to do that, but okay. Well, I mean, yeah, we're going 12-5. his coach not coming back this year.
Yeah.
So we gonna see. Because that was McCarthy's always been a good regular season coach and never performed in the playoffs either. But we're gonna see. But that's tier 4. That's what 4, 6, 9. That's top 12 QBs in the league. Y'all feel like tier 5. This is where I think
It's got to be Love.
you put Jordan Love. I put Brock Purdy in tier 5.
Yeah, we heard it too.
Who else?
I don't think anybody else deserves tier 5 right now.
Wait, who you think say Cam?
I was gonna either say
No, I think you're gonna say
Kyler.
who?
I was
Kyler.
gonna say, but I've at least we've seen both.
Oh, I hate Kyler.
Tyler, I want to root for him so bad, but he just don't get it done at all. He's been to the playoffs one time, didn't win, got waxed by Los Angeles that year.
Yeah.
And then
Not
had the
putting
division in his hands this year and choked it away, playing bad football.
I'm not putting him tier 5.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see that.
He had one good year. That's the rookie year.
Next, I'll put these guys in tier 6 if it was me. Y'all can change this if y'all want, but I put right here.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
call me crazy. I put
Geno?
Yeah, he can put up the. I feel like Geno and Kyler are one and the same. Like they got really good games throughout the year where it's like, oh, they might turn it around for real, but then when it comes down to it, they still lose. And Bo Nix, he had a solid rookie year, but I still want to see more from him. Obviously, he's rookie, but he didn't look good in that playoff game. Like I said, Denver didn't really beat any winning teams for real. So, but he had a good enough year. I'd put him tier 6.
No, that's fair. I agree with that one. As long as you ain't put No, I actually agree with that one wholeheartedly. I actually do. I'm gonna complain on that one.
I think soft tier 7. You gotta go like Tua. I think he's better than everybody else. Everybody on this that's loved.
Okay. Are you factoring in his injuries there? Because I mean,
Nah, I'm not factoring his injuries.
Okay. I think, given the season he's had, I know it didn't end the best. I think Sam Darnold could go here too.
I was gonna say, you got put Darnold there. My opinion, I probably could put one person right there. I know if he was a rookie, but I probably could put May right there.
I was best, but that's where I was gonna be. That's honestly gonna be my first pick for this tier. And honestly, I think if we would have seen Drake May play all year, I think he would have an opportunity to be in tier 5 or higher. I think he really could. He just didn't. We don't have enough tape on him because they sat him.
And now that he got Mike Vrabel, he for sure gonna take that leap now.
Yeah, so I actually like that. I would definitely do that one as well. I'd say, I know he had a rough year, but some of the stats I seen coming out of it, he avoided 50. I put Caleb here too. I think he could turn around. That organization is just so bad. Like they got to get their coaching thing right this year before his career's ruined like Justin Fields. But I would put him here. He didn't throw interceptions. His line was awful. He had him in some games. They just found every way to lose, but Chicago has always done that for the last 15 years or so.
Yeah.
All right, so this next one.
What y'all do with Bryce?
I'm not gonna lie.
I was Bryce.
I'm putting Bryce right there.
I put Bryce too. Bryce, the way he
Yeah,
bounced back after getting benched.
Bryce will be just fine, bro.
We said that last year. Like people were so quick to oh, he can't. He too small. He just needed a good coach. That's it. He got his coach in Canales.
Mm-hmm.
He took the benching well. He came back. He bounced back. He gonna be solid. I think so. This where I put the old dudes. Really, I think both these dudes need to just go ahead and call it a career. The game has left them. This one too, Derek Carr, you need to probably leave.
Yeah. Ooh, are we about to put T-Locks here now?
I'm not, bro. I'm a T-Law hater. I don't care. I'm not, bro.
He's ass, bro. I don't care. He proves it, bro. He's
I
ass,
did not
bro.
like
Bro,
T-Law,
I'm not.
I don't care. I
Bro,
get
I'm
it.
crazy. I used to like
He's
him in
got
college.
he's got all the the physical tools. He's tall. He can throw the ball strong. It does not. It hasn't worked. We thought it was Urban Meyer. Then Doug Peterson's now fired. You about to be on your third coach. At that point, it's not the coaches no more if this don't work out, man. I'm sorry.
I tell you, I'm a hater, bro. He's not good to me.
And honestly, it's only because he didn't get to play until the last week. Penix is better. Penix, I think, is really probably more so in this tier if you give him a shot. If you just watch the games, him and Drake London gonna be nice.
Yeah.
And Anthony Richardson, you need to get in the lab this offseason, buddy. Start studying film. Take it serious, please, before your career is over. I think we did pretty good there.
Nah, that's cool. That's like.
But yeah, no, like I said, I'm a T-Law hater, bro. Just like how Chris is a Justin Herbert hater, I'm a T-Law hater, bro.
Yeah,
He's not good.
He
bro.
got paid so much, and he's literally done nothing.
Bro, he got paid
and I get it. There's gonna be someone who sees this and be like, "Well, Tua did the same thing," and I get it. I necessarily wouldn't put Tua tier 7, but y'all both agree with it, so I'm cool with it. But them in the same, and that's where I'm saying now it becomes like, are we gonna see a quarterback correction in the market this year? Because the quarterbacks due for contracts, Darnold, Brock Purdy. Obviously, we've seen how their 2 years went. Brock Purdy, Avengers went down. He wasn't the same QB. What's it? Sam Darnold, obviously, he played great. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't even put the banner right this whole time. It's supposed to be this one. I'm sorry, y'all. But obviously, Sam Darnold had a great regular season, but then when the lights got the brightest these last 2 weeks, we seen who the real Sam Darnold is. Trevor Lawrence got paid this offseason. Tua got paid. Jordan Love got paid. Dak got paid. Only one of those quarterbacks made the playoffs, and he lost. Jordan Love was terrible versus winning teams this year. Trevor Lawrence was terrible before he got hurt. Tua, I know he got hurt early in the year, but he was terrible to start the year. When he came back, he was decent. But when they got right back into the playoff discussion and, he came out in that press conference, it was like, yeah, keep doubting us. Like, we going to do it. They didn't do it. As always, when the weather gets cold and they play good football teams. Dak Prescott, highest paid player in league history, was terrible this year. Why are teams going to continue to handicap themselves for these quarterbacks who are supposed to be the game changers? But let's be honest. If you're not Patrick, Lamar, Burrow, Allen, CJ seems like he's headed there as well. Why pay these guys? Because you're just going to handicap your team. You can't fill it up with the best talent anymore. And these other guys and these other tiers, they can't win you football games like them guys at the top can. They can't literally be the end-all, be-all, like, put the team on my back, I'll go get us the win when we got to have it. You can't say that for the rest of these quarterbacks, so why pay them $60 million a year?
Exactly.
I mean,
like, I get what the market is, and it's always next man up,
Yeah.
but who's to say the owners don't collude and do what they did to the
this-
running backs? Like, we gonna stop paying y'all if you don't really deserve it. Because you don't think Jacksonville, Miami regretting that right now?
yeah,
Jerry
right now,
will never admit it, but Jerry regret giving Dak that contract.
right now, probably because the years that they had, but I just feel like it's gonna be very hard to like find like another quarterback that are just as good as like that quarterback that you're paying. Like even Tua, like you seen when he wasn't playing, you seen how terrible that the Dolphins was. Like it didn't matter who was at quarterback. They could not figure out that offense to save their lives. Like it was horrible.
Was it? Did y'all play them this year?
Yeah.
Was that the game he threw 3 interceptions though?
Mm-hmm.
When you gotta have that was literally if they would have won that game, they into the wild card spot. They were controlling their own destiny. Tua was talking to the media like, "Yeah, I'm back. We gonna do it this year. Like y'all talk all this noise, we gonna shut it up."
But it's like you can't like use us as like because like I said
that's who he's got to compete with. That's what I'm saying. That's what you got to compete with.
For sure,
y'all aren't going nowhere.
that's who he has to compete with. But I mean, like going to that game, well, he threw 7 interceptions all year, so it's like he wasn't really throwing in the set. That game was just like the nail in the coffin, like pretty much with them. But like I feel like going to that game, I think they played before us. They played somebody and they lost. But before going to those two games, I mean, they was on the they was hot. They was on the road, whatever. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's just tough, like not being able to like pay these guys and like trying to go and find somebody else. Like I get what you're saying. I think owners have to like look and see like okay, certain guys can get like 60 million a year, like Sam
And
Darnold,
that's what I'm
Brock
saying. I
Purdy.
think that's what owners are about to start doing because like
Yeah.
you see like okay, Shanahan, Brock Purdy, when they got a team that's loaded with talent, Shanahan's a great enough coach. He can make a quarterback look really good. They lost some of that talent this year with injuries. You see what Brock Purdy looked like. He wasn't an elite 60 million a year quarterback. You got Tua. Okay, he's got literally all the talent. Tyreek, HN, Waddle, still, for whatever reason, can't get over the hump. Can't even win his own division. Josh Allen not going nowhere. You got freaking Sam Darnold, who's been a bench player for the past 3 years. Was career off to a horrible start. Granted, it was with the Jets, so that's understandable a little bit. O'Connell turned him into a serviceable quarterback. Who's to say why pay Sam Darnold if they believed in JJ McCarthy? Who's to say O'Connell can't do the same for JJ McCarthy? Because it's his system. It just works. Because Kirk Cousins played well. You seen Sam Darnold play well. You took a first round pick on JJ McCarthy. You're not gonna pay Sam Darnold, especially when the last 2 weeks you have first place on the line, played your worst game, and you doubled that up with your playoff game, played the worst game of the season. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you got to pay some of these quarterbacks, but these quarterbacks aren't going to be breaking the market no more. Like, I think owners are about to be like, no, you're not. It's not next man up anymore. Like, if you truly not game changing, and that means you literally beating those top 4, top 5 quarterbacks up there on the top of our tiers, we're not paying you 60 million because then we can't go pay the defense. We can't go pay weapons on the offense because you're not that guy. And a lot of these people are not that guy. Trevor
But okay,
Lawrence, 50 million. He not that guy.
let's say like teams do like go ahead and say, okay, we don't want. Okay, let's say the 49ers. Okay, we don't want Brock Purdy. We're gonna go and get. Actually, I'm not gonna use Brock Purdy. I'm gonna use like.
I'm just not seeing something. Sam Darnold is going to be in the CFL.
I'm gonna use Sam Darnold. Okay. Let's say Vikings be like, no, we don't want to pay. I don't want to pay Sam Darnold all that money. I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna go and fix other things, whatever. I feel like we've like seen this like that happen before, and like the team use like an average quarterback and whatever with like a souped up team. I mean, like it doesn't always like end up like promising. Like it doesn't always end up like
It doesn't,
like
but
good or whatever.
it works more so
Some
because you're able to build the team for real.
sometimes, but it's like when have we seen like the last time like a team like that has won like a Super Bowl like with an average
Well,
quarterback?
that
And
that is also the problem, and that's why I feel Mahomes deserves to be a top alone because he's the main reason why this stuff hasn't worked.
it's not just Mahomes though. Like it's like
They've won 3 of the last 5 Super Bowls. There's a
no,
lot of great teams that could have won them Super Bowls.
but I'm
49ers, 2 of
but
them.
okay, going beyond Patrick Mahomes, like you had the whole Brady stint, and then you still had like those little great like Hall of Fame quarterbacks, one like Peyton and Drew. So I mean, like like it's just hard, like winning with like just like an average quarterback. I feel like and like a souped up team, like we rarely see it, and like even when like those teams do go up against like a one of those god tiered quarterbacks, they lose. So it's like I don't know like how much good like that like do for teams though.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where it's like then you just got to keep going back to the drawing board every couple years, hoping you finally hit on one of them truly franchise changing quarterbacks. And that's what I'm saying. Like that's the beauty of this game. Like it's cutthroat. Not saying these quarterbacks are bad, but they're not elite. And like elite is what gets you to the top. Cream rises to the top. And as of right now, if you not them top 4, you not really elite. You haven't proven nothing. And even the top 3, while they have the stats, some of them, Lamar got the accolades, Burrow got the Super Bowl trip, Allen got the, just all-purpose numbers year in, year out. They still haven't won either. So I get the argument there, but they win you football games. Like like we said, the stat with Lamar, his passer rating, if it's not like over 114, they lose. Like just straight up. Burrow putting up 40 points a game, and they still finding ways to lose. But what quarterback gonna put up 40 like the way he was? Josh Allen, the all-purpose yards, setting all the records. CJ literally turning that Texas franchise around. Offensive line is terrible, but he's finding ways to win, and y'all have a great defense. Goff, obviously, great culture that Campbell's built. Like we said, probably the best game manager QB in the league. You got a scheme that fits him, he can work in it. Other than that, these other guys not changing nothing. Because Tua's got the weapons. It don't matter. Lawrence has got all the tools. Apparently, like he was the Gatorade high school player year. Obviously, he went to Clemson, did his thing. Come to league, everybody just thought, oh, he would be the same guy he's always been. Not the case. Like it is what it is. Jordan Love, we were too early on him. Like he truly only had a great 8-game stretch last year. What is he? What do they call him? The Toyota-thon merchant? If it ain't Toyota-thon, he not winning. He not producing. He turned over the ball. We can go down the list. Baker, as good as he is, we know he's limited when it comes down to it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this is why, I think people forget too, because I see a lot now on Twitter debates between fans. It's like, oh, such and such Hall of Fame. It's like, dog, this ain't like the basketball Hall of Fame where everybody gets in. This is the NFL Hall of Fame. This is why Dion says sometimes it's almost like they need an upper room in the NFL Hall of Fame. Like this ain't easy to get into. You truly gotta be Hall of Fame worthy to get that gold jacket.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are not gonna be that. Some of them might be able to squeak a Super Bowl here or there, but also let's remember what Tom Brady did was not normal. That's not just going to happen for all of these guys. All these guys not about to play 20 years. That just won't be the case. That's not how it works. The game will leave you. You see the game leaving Aaron Rodgers. You see the game leaving Kirk Cousins this year. They just old and they're coming off injuries. Some of these guys say in this scenario, say Mahomes does pull off this 3-peat. That puts him at 4 Super Bowls. I think it's pretty safe to say Lamar, Burrow, and Josh Allen, for the rest, none of them will ever reach. None of them will even, not even just win, none of them will even reach 4 Super Bowls within their career. So that's already putting a cap on them right there. Can one of them steal 1 or 2? Maybe, but they got to do it. We've yet to see that happen. CJ, now he's in the fold too. I think obviously he's gonna bounce back year 3, the sophomore slump. But I mean, he could go into Arrowhead, upset Mahomes right now. Say he go on a run, he not going nowhere. Herbert, people keep saying sometime it's gonna happen for him. Will it happen for him? This is how you end up with the Phillip Rivers, who were good QBs, played in the NFL a long time. Are they Hall of Fame? Probably not. Matt Ryan, Hall of Fame is fringe. He had that MVP season. He put up great numbers. But what do you remember him for? Nothing really. The biggest Super Bowl choke ever? That's what you remember him for. Drew Brees, he got the 1 Super Bowl, but Drew Brees missed the playoffs 9 times. And he was putting up 5,000-yard season after 5,000-yard season. That's what I'm saying. This game is truly, this is why the NFL is the best sport in the whole world. Like, this stuff matters. And I just think, when it comes to QBs, these guys at the top, they're tier 1. That's why they paid the way they paid. These other guys fighting up, like Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold screwed the quarterback market a little bit this year. Just with the fact that we were so hype on them, thinking they're going to next up to get paid. But in the biggest moments, they shrunk. Dak Prescott screwed the quarterback market. Became the highest paid player ever, was complete garbage. And we know his playoff struggles. Like Tua screwed the quarterback market. He's got talent galore, but he can't stay healthy, and he doesn't win when he plays good teams. Some of these guys just don't have it. It's not to say they're not talented. It's not to say they don't have elite skills, but you also have to have it. Think about it. Like, how many really great NBA players, was back in the day, but Jordan won all them rings, they don't really get talked about. Not to say they wasn't good or elite. They just didn't have it. They couldn't beat the guy. Right now, the guy is Mahomes. He three-peats. It's like, damn. He's literally erasing people's legacies because they're not going to be able to make Hall of Fame if you can't get some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, I still think, obviously, with the stats he puts up, I think he'll be a Hall of Fame quarterback. But, I mean, he probably not winning MVP this year because Lamar just played so good and stole it at the end. Obviously, Josh Allen is a tier 1 quarterback. But if we look down the line 5 years from now, Josh Allen still don't have no ring and probably just got one MVP. What's the difference between him and Matt Ryan? Exactly. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. But, yeah, this is a great discussion. QB1 or QB none. We're going to swing it to the divisional round picks before we wrap this thing up. We appreciate y'all listening all the way through. We got a nice little crowd